$30 in America, you could get a small pizza and maybe a cup of coffee. But what can $30 get you in the world's cheapest country of Vietnam? Inside one of the cheapest cities to live in? Because today we're in Cam Ranh, the most beautiful place in Vietnam, to see if you could live in luxury on $30 for the day.
And there's only one way to find out.
Because now we're arriving at the hotel we're staying in. And just to fit everything into our $30 budget, I wasn't sure if we could even find a bed to sleep on, until the people living here told me about this local hotel costing only a little more than $20 a day, with the best Vietnamese all-you-can-eat breakfast buffet, which you'll get to see real quick, and the whole big empty swimming pool. Almost feels like you own the whole place. But once you've seen the beautiful white sand beach literally just outside, I doubt you would need this pool, even though it has Finding Nemo.
It's a pretty good hotel so far. I don't know why nobody seems to be staying here.
Maybe that's why the city is so cheap to live in, since the more you see, the harder it is to believe a hotel this good is somehow cheaper than a large pizza in San Francisco. With tips. I hate those tips. Use a self-checkout machine and they want you to tip. Like, who am I tipping? The robot? But in Vietnam, that's never a problem, as you simply pay for what you want. But then people here told me this hotel used to be for the military. And that's why in the souvenir shop in the lobby, aside from the traditional Vietnamese hats, they're also selling army caps. And that also explains why the gym inside the hotel was so different and awesome. Even though I don't know why so many dumbbells are missing.
But there doesn't seem to be any air conditioning in here, with the only solution being this thingy. Too loud, I'm turning it off.
But what wouldn't be too loud to do is to play tennis in the warm, sunny weather of Vietnam, inside your very own tennis court in the hotel.
If only I know how to play tennis. Do you know how to play tennis? Tell us in the comments.
But after a free welcoming drink at the lobby, I got curious about everything, since there ain't that many places in the world where you can have a $30 budget vacation this good and luxurious. But sadly, I didn't find anyone to talk to even after walking all over the hotel, taking the stairs, and using the elevator.
And the perfect time for you to subscribe to the channel right now.
And you might want to be quick, because now we're checking out how good the hotel room really is. And as soon as you open the door and literally shocked by the big modern hotel room you see, let me remind you, this room is cheaper than a pizza in New York. Meaning that even if you were to stay here for a whole month, it would literally only be $800 or so. And with the hotel breakfast buffet included, and all the delicious yet extremely affordable Vietnamese cuisine outside, I assume $1,000 a month, you could probably live a good life here. But let's check out the room first. You have a bed so big, it has to be king size. They even managed to keep everything clean under the mattress, which is just impressive. They give you slippers, kinda cute to wear, as well as a place to put your shoes. The closet and all the drawers were surprisingly empty, and one of them got writings on it I can't read, and the other one got a lock. But then I found a table that literally has a hole in it, and instantly give this room a 10 out of 10. Even though it had the coffee and tea on the table, cup noodles if you're hungry, and drinks in the fridge. But this is the first mistake a lot of tourists make when coming here, because unless stated otherwise, everything costs money.
But the price is actually kind of reasonable. So the small one is free, but the big one costs money. Guess we'll stick to the small one.
But what's totally free to use is a TV that is surprisingly big for a room this cheap. And it's Samsung. I love Samsung. Or if you hate Samsung, a sofa for you to stare directly out to the swimming pool, and a bunch of trees. And wait, I forgot to turn on the AC, didn't I?
And you totally need this in Vietnam. Don't believe in the weather report. It's totally harder than that.
Amen to that. And that's why you also get a shower room to keep yourself cool and clean, with everything you need on the table, and even a window that could barely open if you need some fresh air. Not to mention, it's so clean, and the bathroom mirror look kinda sci-fi.
And it's totally touch control. Wait, it's not? Oh, it's just a logo.
Okay, that totally tricked all of us. But with everything I mentioned being in the room, there was still plenty of space to do some one-arm push-ups, but failed miserably, then decided to just do yoga instead. Because up next, we check out what's possibly the best local buffet inside the whole country of Vietnam. And that's when I started to see other hotel guests showing up seemingly out of nowhere. I guess they've been good at hiding, but the food was the best. Trust me when I say I've traveled across Vietnam, stayed in all the hotels, and this here was the most delicious buffet I've ever had. With anything from juice freshly made with the help of the local farmers, some french fries, salad with fruits, and the best part, you can make your own Vietnamese pho however you want. And for for the seats, you could take the ones with a big round table or sit in the corner with a view of the swimming pool. I ended up getting all the vegetarian food they had, including some local fried rice with eggs, some french fries, and the one and only peanut butter bread. The coffee wasn't easy to make, as you need to do everything yourself to make the best cup of Vietnamese coffee, but the taste was worth it. And from the looks of it, you could do birthday parties or even wedding parties here, which I assume would be quite affordable as well. But seeing our last remaining budget for the day and still needing to pay for lunch and dinner, I began to worry this might be the end. There's no way you can have a vacation this good under $30. But that's when I stumbled upon this hidden gem of a fancy restaurant. As the moment I laid my eyes on the menu, I could not believe that not only can I pay for my dinner, I could even throw a mini dinner party for all my friends here. Because the food over here in the cheapest city of Vietnam is even way cheaper than you thought. I mean, where else in the world could you eat so many shrimps and lobsters with only the remaining coins in your pocket? Now, I don't remember the exact cost, since towards the end, I got so drunk I couldn't tell if that was a cat or a dog. But I remember paying for the fried rice and a lot of those vegetable dishes, and they were literally less than $2 each.
But the food over here can be a little bit tricky. Based on my personal experience, usually when you go to those restaurants without English menu, they tend to be a little bit cheaper, because I guess they're not for tourists. And whether you want to go to those places is solely up to you.
And if after all that, any of your $30 budget is still left, you can easily use them to visit the cutest cat cafes all over Vietnam. As they started to become popular only recently, it felt like every quarter they're opening up a new one. And for most of them, all it costs is a drink that's usually less than $1 for you to have a relaxing afternoon with all the cats inside the cafe. And if you have a bigger budget, you can easily find 5-star luxury hotels costing less than $50 a day, with rooms fit for royalty and the most exquisite buffet in all of Asia. But that's for another video.
And now we're back at the hotel. So what do you think about our budget $30 trip so far? I'm a little bit surprised that $30 can find you a hotel, buying all the food, and even finishing this entire trip. And for this hotel, their breakfast was incredibly good. And the people working here are probably the nicest that I've ever seen in the whole country of Vietnam. So I guess this proves to you that even if you have a small budget, you can have the best vacation ever. With the only problem being the flight ticket, of course.
It pains me to leave a hotel this good, but all good things must come to an end. My favorite things about it were the history of it, the swimming pool, and the AC that made the room feel like winter. And my favorite things about the city of Cam Ranh were how nice everyone was to me, and how they tried to make vegetarian dishes despite them not being on the menu, because they don't get many vegetarian customers. Overall, with an average cost of living of under $1,000 a month, I can see this becoming the next Da Nang or Bali for anyone working remotely. But next, I'm testing what you can get with $2,000 a month in Vietnam. Can you live in luxury without even working that hard? Well, click on the video and you'll find out.